At least one or two persons said Happy Workers' Day to me. And you may have heard that today. Lots of workers are exchanging such, or persons are exchanging similar pleasantries today. Happy Workers' Day, Happy Workers' Day. The workers really have a lot to be happy for or happy about in Nigeria. And whatever else, is occupying your thoughts at this time, something relevant that is. I'd like to get your take or your thoughts on that in this hour till about 4 o'clock. We'll wrap up this segment. The business news comes up at 4 p.m. and discussions continue after that. As you may very well know, the situation in Sudan isn't any much better for the people of Sudan, and even more so for citizens or foreign nationals, citizens of other countries in Sudan, as well as countries are still making frantic efforts to get their citizens out of Sudan, to evacuate their citizens. And however, there's been a lot of talk as to how the Nigerian government has been handling this matter. Well, here are some updates on that development. This one from the Punch newspaper. Don't attack embassy staff. Ambassador wants stranded Nigerian students. The Nigerian ambassador to the Republic of Sudan, Sefiu Olanio, has decried the glitches in the efforts to evacuate Nigerians, including students trapped in Sudan amid the ongoing insurrection in the country. The envoy, who lamented that Nigerian students have been left stranded on Sudan's streets, however, appealed for calm, explaining that the Nigerian embassy in Sudan was not in charge of hiring buses for evacuating the students. Now, he added that the stranded students were not alone facing hardship, as embassy officials were also impacted by the hardship occasioned by the fight in Sudan. Olanio said this while reacting to complaints and allegations leveled against the embassy. In a voice note posted on NIDCOM's Situation Room on Sunday, the ambassador clarified that the Ministry of Disaster and Humanitarian Affairs, as well as the National Emergency Management Agency, were in charge of the buses. Olanio said, quote, "Good afternoon, my fellow Nigerians. My name is Ambassador Olanio. I'm reaching out to you at this point on the issue of buses that are creating tension everywhere. I just want to let you know that the embassy is not in charge of the bus contract. We have not received any money from anybody to hire buses. We are arranging the logistics. Those who are arranging the buses are the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs in Nigeria, as well as NEMA. So ours is to get the necessary instructions that this has been arranged, and we just give instructions to the students to meet at so-and-so place, and that is what we have been doing." The envoy lamented that the embassy officials were also without food, water and light, just like trapped Nigerians, assuring parents and students the officials were fully on the ground in Khartoum to ensure their evacuation. He also said, quote, "A present arrangement that appears to have broken down was also coordinated in Nigeria. We are in contact with them to correct whatever is wrong with the contract, because students cannot continue living on the streets. I want to assure you that we are as vulnerable as you are, and will not leave until all of you have been moved to safety and to Nigeria. And so I am urging you not to take any action like I'm hearing that you are planning to attack the family of officers. The officers and I are all as vulnerable as you are. We have no food like you. We have no water like you. We have no light like you. It's not like we are living in a different world. This is war, and it is not tourism." On efforts made so far by the Nigerian government to ensure that the Egyptian authorities allowed Nigerians fleeing Sudan to pass through their country, Olanio added, quote, "With regards to those who are on the border of Egypt, the issue is for security clearance to be issued for the evacuees to be able to move across the border into the Egyptian border. All that needs to be contacted in Nigeria are being contacted for them to contact their counterparts in Egypt for this clearance to be issued. It is unfortunate that it has not been issued, but within a very short time, all this will be in the past." So we'll look at this in the 4 o'clock hour. Your assessment of how the Nigerian government has handled the evacuation of stranded Nigerians in Sudan. How well has this been handled, really? I'd like to get your take on that in the 4 o'clock hour. That takes us to 5. The news update is up at 5 p.m. And after that, another story here from the Punch newspaper. This one has to do with election cases in court. Election petitions, NLC vows to create Hall of Shame for corrupt judges. The national president of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Joseph Ajero, on Sunday vowed that the Labour Union will create a hall of shame for judges that undermine the tenets of the judiciary and come up with ridiculous judgments on election petitions. Ajero spoke in Abuja at a joint briefing with members of civil society groups under Labour and Civil Society Front, stressed the need to rescue the judiciary. The movement, comprising several civil society and youth organizations, insisted that INEC had seriously damaged the country's democracy with its poor showing at the elections. They also vowed to name and shame corrupt leaders. According to the NLC boss, the judiciary has set so many state institutions on fire with ridiculous judgments and must answer certain questions from Nigerians. Quote, the judiciary has so many questions to answer. If they fail to answer those questions, within a short time, we would create a hall of shame for those judges that come up with judgments, for those judges that create such problems. That will happen soon. There is a need for the NBA, for all arms in the judiciary, to the bar benches, and all to speak out on what is happening in the judiciary and whether the judiciary is still the last hope of the common man. So this hall of shame has been talked about by civil society in the country for those who are perceived to be corrupt judges. What impact do you suppose this might have on election petitions at the various tribunals across the country? I'll get your take on that also in the 5 o'clock after the update. We've got headlines at 5:30 p.m. The major news comes up top of the hour at 6. A review of all these matters is up after that till about 7 o'clock during the open season segment. I'll take your thoughts on all the matters discussed on the show today at that time, especially if you've missed out on contributing to any of them between now and 6 p.m. So those are the matters up for discussion on today's edition of the show. If there are any changes, you will be the first to know, as long as you stay tuned, of course. So we get on with the conversation now, and it's Workers' Day today once again. May Day, International Labour Day, observed to celebrate workers' rights. Do Nigerian workers have a lot to celebrate? Happy Workers' Day. The Nigerian workers have a lot to be happy for. I do have to go for a quick break though. When I return, the conversation continues. Do please stay with us. Welcome back. It is Hard Factor Nigeria Info here in Port Harcourt, the number one talk station. I'm Dyer. 27 minutes come past 3 p.m. Discussions are on now, and let's get your take. Once again, it's May 1. It's International Labour Day today, Workers' Day. Happy May Day. Happy Workers' Day. Speaking of Happy Workers' Day, do Nigerian workers have a lot to be happy for? The line's open. Call 0817 923 0002. Also, you may call these other numbers 0817 923 0003 or 0817 923 0007. A reminder, we're live on facebook.com/Nigeria Info PH. Drew, join the conversation via there as well. Also, we're on Twitter and YouTube at Nigeria Info PH. Hello, Hard Factor, welcome. Got a few comments via Facebook already. Chema Rolo goes, nothing to celebrate, hardship everywhere you go. Hello, welcome. Also, Maka Chika Dikenuba goes, yes, cost to receive salaries every month. No government is owing them. Some of the workers don't even work, but they receive monthly payments. Quite the contrary. There are governments owing certain classes of workers in different parts of the country, especially at state level and local government level as well. Maybe the federal government is not owing, but there are state governments across the country that do owe salaries. As a matter of fact, there are state governments that are not implementing it's no longer new, but what used to be the new national minimum wage of 30,000 naira and consequential adjustments across board. Hello. Once again, do call 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003 or 0817 923 0007. Whatever it is you're pondering, anything relevant that's on your mind at this time during this holiday period, and especially as it concerns workers in Nigeria, do Nigerian workers have a lot to be happy for? And considering that Workers' Day or International Labour Day is about celebrating workers' rights, are those rights, workers' rights or Nigerian workers' rights, are they identified? Are those rights being protected as well? Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Hard Factor, welcome. Go on.
Kenneth calling from Port Harcourt. Am I still not phone?
Yes, you are. Go ahead, Ken.
Okay. They said there's a lot to celebrate in May Workers' Day, have you?
No, I'm asking if Nigerian workers have a lot to celebrate.
Okay. So to me, I've not seen anything to celebrate. Because the level of hardship and inflation in the country has made most people run mad. They see why, to go to the street, to go to market, to go to every other, hello?
Go ahead, I can hear you.
Every other place, you see that people are not happy. Before now, you see that during the past administration, you see that every street, every first day of the May, is full of people celebrating and be so much excited. But this time, people are frowning their face because of the hardship of the country. So I don't see anything to celebrate. If they say there's life, is there no life in other countries where people are living comfortable lives? They come in the angle of there's life, there is here. Because insecurity, every other thing has made Nigeria. People are really suffering. There's nothing to celebrate.
Are you a worker yourself? Are you a worker?
Yeah.
Are you a worker? Are you working in the public sector, private sector?
I'm working in the private sector.
Oh, so things are better in the private sector.
Oh, the talk made me. I can't hear you.
I said things are not better in the private sector.
Oh.
Oh, to celebrate during this on this auspicious International Labour Day. Well, Kenneth doesn't seem to think so. He talked about inflation, the hardships in the land, and from the way he sounded, it doesn't seem like it's even working in the private sector. It makes things any mixed. Hello, 91.3.
Bayo.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
Happy Workers' Day to you.
Pardon me?
Happy Workers' Day to you.
Oh, happy Workers' Day to you as well.
Yeah. Is there anything to celebrate? I'm a worker. I work with the question of the newspaper. Okay. 30 years, 40 years, and going on just a week is living before the election. You just ordered them to, and they are on it, doing their promotion or whatever they say they are doing.
Yeah, but that's a good thing,
and
is it
those
not?
Things, and those things will not may likely be good or may be discarded. And the staff welfare, staff salaries, even the petition of agreed and approved is yet to be done. This petition is chasing every to home. The worker is crying back home. Even at times, he doesn't know between whether to stay at home or stay in the office because of problems that the workers are having.
Oh, you mentioned two things I'd like to point out. First, you talk about the promotion of workers in Rivers State. Now, that may not have happened for a very long time, since the inception of this administration. But like you rightly mentioned, that process has been initiated now, and you also identified that something is happening. That process is on at the moment. You also mentioned salaries. But to the best of my knowledge, the Rivers State government does not owe salaries. Am I right? Compared to some other states in the country that owes its workers several months.
I didn't say it's owing. I said implementation of the new salary wage is yet to be done. That is what I just said.
Yes, I got that. Yes.
And you have somebody. Let me just remind you. I have been on one salary structure for 15 years now. No addition of one kobo. So why should I be happy? So that's the situation of. I'm using myself as an example to set the place for every other worker in the state. Now there is nothing to celebrate. Thank you for the opportunity.
Before you go, aren't you at least hopeful because of the process you say is on now, the process to promote workers?
I have said it. I said something. All my statement was very clear.
Yeah.
I said that the process is on. It might likely turn to be good. It might be discarded. I said the two things together. So I'm hoping for any. If anyone comes, I'm not surprised.
Okay. Happy Workers' Day.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Oh, he doesn't seem very optimistic, really. Is it all doom and gloom as far as workers in Nigeria is concerned? You know, is it all just one very sad song? I believe they have a lot to be happy about because first of all, they like to see the first day of May 2023. That's from the goodness. Good afternoon, happy Workers' Day. To me, there's nothing really to celebrate. I lost my job since 2016. Ever since then, I've been using my car for a taxi. As a graduate, you can imagine hardship everywhere. That's from Uche. Hello, 91.3. Hello. Some workers are not worthy to receive a dime. We have unregulated inflation of goods right now, and our standard regulatory agencies are doing nothing about it. Government should owe them in particular. That's from John. But John promised. The problem is was your position. Everybody goes to the same market. There is no market designed or set up specifically for government workers or certain government workers or those working in standards and regulatory agencies. They don't have a market that's set up for them exclusively. Everyone goes to the market. So if there's inflation, as there is, obviously, everyone's affected. And I don't think government also has the power to decide who to pay and who to not pay. Good afternoon. There's nothing worth celebrating as a River State worker. The workers have been stagnated for over 10 years, coupled with inflation. That's from Thompson here in Port Harcourt. Irregular Chim on Facebook goes, workers' welfare is in heaven, sir. Wow. Okay. Hello?
Good afternoon.
You're welcome. Go on.
I'm Obina calling from Togo.
Go ahead, sir.
Happy Workers' Day.
Happy Workers' Day as well.
From the question you asked, I don't think there is anything to celebrate in this Workers' Day because you check the salaries of the workers, there's no increment. Even the 30,000 minimum wage implementation, it has not started yet in River State. Promotion are not there. There's nothing. In fact, there's nothing to celebrate. We're only celebrating life God has given to everybody. So apart from that, there's nothing to celebrate.
But the River State government, I think at different times, has insisted that the new minimum wage structure is being implemented already in River State.
What is yet to implement?
But
if they say it, I have not received. And it's yet to implement. That is not the whole truth. It's yet to implement. If there's other places they do, or if there's any other person that have received, but for me, they'll just say it, and at the end of the day, they will discard it. It's not just the whole thing.
How about the prospects of being protested now? I think the process for that is on, is it not?
So this is the outgoing administration. So everything will be left for the new. This is just a politics. Whatever. Yeah, in fact, this is, I don't know what to say, also. I don't know what to say.
All right.
It's just politics.
Good afternoon. I'm a student of one of the federal universities and same time working. It surprises me that I have to attend lectures today. The truth is that the welfare of workers is not worth celebrating if we are to go by that. I sincerely appreciate most workers who do their work with passion for humanity. Thank you, Dr. Michael. Well, Michael, did you say that you have to attend lectures today and you're surprised by that? Well, I'm surprised by that also. Can you elaborate on why you have lectures today, or at least one lecture today? Is there a reason the lecturer decided to fix a class for today? Because one would think that the lecturer or lecturers would want to take some time off work as well, especially as today has been declared a public holiday. So why did that lecturer or did those lecturers decide to fix a class for today, Michael? Do you have any idea? I imagine they must have communicated the reason. So would you care to share that? Happy Workers' Day once again. Do Nigerian workers have a lot to celebrate? Do they really? You know. Hello?
Good afternoon, Dayo.
Good day. Go on.
Okay, happy Workers' Day.
Happy Workers' Day to you.
Dayo, there's nothing to celebrate as far as Nigerian workers are concerned.
Absolutely nothing?
Dayo, the situation is terrible. Let's start from the working conditions of Nigerian worker. Some of the conditions are not really palatable. People struggle to do their work. And let me say like teachers now.
Yeah.
Are you with me, Dayo?
Absolutely. Go on.
Okay, you are in the classroom. There's no chalk, no marker board, marker pen. The environment is dirty. The roof is leaking. God, my brother is terrible. Then, no promotion, no motivation. 10 good years, 15 good years, somebody is working. No appraiser. Appraiser normally comes yearly, every year. And we're expected to be given a notch, So, no motivation of any kind.
Are you a teacher?
Dayo, my wife is a teacher.
Okay.
And I always hear her lament, and me, I'm not also happy because I'm a retired banker.
Okay.
And I know that during my time, every year I do get some notches that make me happy and other incentive. So I don't know what is intentional. Let me not use the word wickedness. That a government that has money will just choose to suffer, the workforce. I'm telling you, it's very, very bad. You know, some are even old salaries.
In different parts of the country, yes, but I don't think in River State.
No, it's not Rivers. I'm grateful to the governor, but honestly, he should try to promote people that have stayed up to at least 8 years on a particular level. Do you understand?
Yeah.
That will make the civil service attractive.
Well, I think something is being done about that now, isn't it?
No, Dayo, I don't believe that. I don't believe that because from the fillers around what you have, information I've gotten, is not really genuine. I don't know why politics should come in everything we are doing. It's not genuine, my brother. It's not genuine because the kind of question they ask people who do good such maybe promotion interview and all that. It's funny.
What kind of questions did you hear?
Sometimes I ask them, are you not supposed to have retired? Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Yes, I'm not supposed to have retired, and you are here looking for promotion.
If the person ought to have retired, then is it not valid to ask that question?
So, some of the kind of situation they see there, exactly just tell them that this is not genuine.
What, did the wife go for any such interview?
See, even their scheduled date, the date for their promotion, this thing, is a kind of marked by confusion. They will say it's tomorrow. Then, if you know, they say another, maybe next week. Put them into confusion. The day they said they are going to do it, some will go and nothing will happen. They will give you up to 120. That is the number.
Yeah.
Tally. And do you know that people who have even maybe up to 10, 20, they have not attended to them. Such numbers. Then you look at your own, you are having 120. How many months will it take for you to be attended to? So there's no sincerity in the whole thing. That's the truth. So they say garbage in, garbage out. The productivity is very low. People are not happy. I'm telling you, people are not happy doing the work. And that's why you see that sometimes people even don't go to work. Many of them don't go to work. Many. And you will not blame them. You know that the money is not there. Is the money not there? There's no budget for, every year there's no budget for, promotion arrears. You understand?
Yeah.
The budget is supposed to carry promotion area bonus in respect of civil servants. So, but you don't have such thing. And I had the governor sometimes say that it's because of the money involved that actually he's not thinking about promoting civil servants. I had him say such thing.
Well, we'll see how that goes.
So it's very, very pitiable. I'm telling you, I don't know honestly. Where are we heading to? Where are we heading to? The civil service is the foundation of every society. Civil service, but there's hope because our governor-elect, Mr. Fubaro, them well. There's hope.
Okay, all right.
He's not a politician.
All right, keep hope alive then.
He's not a politician. That's hope.
All right. Crazy hair for you and regards to the family as well. Well, the tales of war and the lamentations quite slightly different from what some other persons are saying. For example, chairman of the Nigerian Labour Congress in Rivers State, Alex Agonwo, says workers, especially civil servants in the state, have reasons to celebrate. Agonwo said this at this year's May Day celebration, and he said it's different because the outgoing government has given some parting gifts to civil servants. I think I can play that back. What he had to say about these parting gifts and what he believes are reasons for workers in River State to celebrate.
Workers have a lot to celebrate, if not for anything, for this present administration. Just 48 hours after we came into power, the workers' promotion that have been held down for 13 years that was released is enough celebration for all workers in River State. And the government made a pronouncement of the 10,000 employment, which is already ongoing, and there's a change so far as the labour movement in River State is concerned. We are moving forward, the partnership with the government and the government willingness to look at the affairs of workers. We have all seen it, and very soon, I believe by the end of this next month or even this month, workers will start getting their promotion benefits.
Okay, so he's sounding different from what most, all the previous callers have said, and even the messages I've had to read as well. He sounds upbeat and quite optimistic. And at the moment, there's a lot to celebrate, and there is still some good stuff coming the way of Nigerian workers as well. So. Happy Workers' Day. We celebrate incompetent government, INEC rigging the election like never before, high food prices in the market, almost 20k transport fare to go to Lagos. The list is endless. I score Buhari and APC 10 over 100. I just pray Tinubu succeeds because the structure on ground is designed to fail anybody that comes in. God help Nigeria. That's from Frank. Hello, you're welcome. Good day. I'm a teacher in a private school. March salary is yet to be received. There's nothing to celebrate. Tired of the system. God help us. That's from Joy. Oh my. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon, Zion. This is Dr. from Okete.
Go ahead.
Hello. Well done.
Hello. Not a message here. Good afternoon, presenter. Please, I want to find out why some workers in the country are more favored than others, especially the disparity in wages between the federal government workers and that of the states. It's been observed that federal government workers' salaries are always adjusted and implemented, while the state overlook increments and salary adjustments. Before this time, workers in the oil-producing states earn the same salaries with that of the federal. I enjoin workers in the oil-producing states to use the spirit to fight for their rights. That's from Emmanuel.
Hello, good afternoon, Zion.
Go ahead.
This is Dakuku from Apokete.
Go ahead.
So, civil servant workers in River State have nothing to celebrate over this issue. I'm just telling you, for how many years there was no promotion, there was no pensioners to be paid. What do you want them to celebrate again? What they get to celebrate with your hunger? How can somebody celebrate with your hunger? It's too bad enough. The government is in River State is the worst. Why this state is people supposed to be, the workers supposed to be enjoying? But it's shouting that yes, because of what is in this state. Why are they sitting there like this? But they are looting money, building billions of naira projects and other things in their houses on their own. But forgetting about the workers
how do you know that
who
money is being
suffered
looted?
for the masses. So it's so good. I don't have nothing to celebrate. Thank you.
All right. Hello?
Hello, Dio. Good afternoon.
Hi, go ahead.
Oh, for me, I'm grateful for the Workers' Day because if I didn't have a job, I won't be celebrating Workers' Day. So, irrespective of the fact that we've not been promoted and everything, but at least we have hope that something will come. So, in all things, we need to be grateful.
So you are a worker in River State?
Yes.
With the state government, I suppose?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, quick question, please. Has the new minimum wage structure been implemented?
It hasn't. Because if they claim it has, and there should be a difference with what we were earning before, but I've not seen such. But still, we still need to be grateful. That is just my own perspective.
But there's talk about promotion now. Are you excited about that?
Well, a lot of people were anticipating that they will get paid their new level this April, but it didn't come. It didn't come, and they were disappointed. I was like, why should you be disappointed? Because I just feel it's the incoming administration that will implement it. So let's be hopeful. Like May, June, we should be receiving our new level.
I hope you get that too. All the best.
Exactly.
Got a commercial break coming up shortly. Wish all the workers the very best. Happy Workers' Day to everyone. Top of the hour at 4 p.m. Got the business news coming up. Discussions continue after that. How will the Nigerian government handle the evacuation of Nigerians into Sudan? When I return, do please stay with us.
Your cars, trucks, and every other heavy-duty equipment requires high-quality lubricants that ensure